Well, welcome once again. I'm Cletus Masingo, and I'm still here in the company of the knowledgeable Moses Musosi as we look ahead to this wonderful game in prospect.
It's an honor being here again. This is going to be a cracker. A champion versus a runners-up last year.
Yeah, as we look at the introduction for the Phenoms, last season, Game 1 delivered a high drama, a game that went to overtime in sensational manner, when the Phenoms had to, well, Bosire dropped a buzzer beater for the Phenoms to make it 70-70.
A very controversial buzzer beater. Remember, it had a lot of likes and follows, especially on our social medias, but that was an electric.
I thought the referee on the day did the correct thing, because you do not allow the basket to count fast. You have to, the time is up, then you have now to consult and then realize whether the basket counts or it doesn't. Once you put the basket in, you can't remove it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what is setting us up for an amazing series. Definitely 3 games that are going to be a cracker. What projection do you see going to Game 3?
I cannot wait to see this one, because the reigning champions, Twende, as they are being introduced here, that's Dismas on Songo, number 17, the reigning champions, did beat the Phenoms home and away in the regular season.
That was quite interesting. And remember, at that time, the Phenoms had quite a run. They really ended up hitting a snag when they met the champions.
Well, Larry Shavanga has been part of this Twende team for quite a long time. He's won the championship quite a number of times. David Etiang just joined in, and it's going to be quite an interesting day to see what happens in this particular game. I cannot wait as we look at the match officials. Paul Maithia, Fabrice Simon, and Carlos Donald.
Yeah, those are good match officials, definitely very, very experienced, and I believe they are up to task to carry this amazing matchup of Phenoms versus Twende.
Well, I personally can't wait to see what transpires in this one, because I remember when we go back to that first game for the finals last season, Twende had to seal it in the second game to win the championship back-to-back, becoming the first team to do it.
I think I would say that slightly I felt a little bit disappointed with Phenoms, because definitely they had the teeth, they had the vigor, but I don't know what kind of like happened, because I felt like they had kind of like the capability of pushing it to Game 3, especially with how they played Game 1.
Well, last season, Phenoms were Twende were the top seeds. This season, it is the Phenoms who are the top seeds. Yeah. So you expect quite a fantastic matchup in prospect here. I cannot believe that that is what happens when you win a championship and the other team comes back stronger than they were the last time.
Yeah, and actually I would say there's a lot of fans, but also teams who are actually expecting to see Phenoms and Twende in the finals, but they're meeting at the semifinals. Definitely seeing a very, very experienced coach guiding Phenoms in this, Mr. Cliff Ward.
Well,
very, very gifted coach.
As you talk about him, we remember that game whereby they were trailing the Buruburu Crusaders with half a point with 3 seconds left on the clock, and the Buruburu Crusaders went to sleep and lost the basketball game.
That tells you a lot about him as a coach and his capability of definitely probably leading Phenoms to their first finals and probably championship.
Yeah, and Phenoms last season they did very well to get to the final, but it wasn't enough, was it?
It was not enough. They actually ended up kind of like getting very energized and resilient, and the defending champions Twende.
Well, as we look at the players who will contest the basketball game today, I cannot wait. This is a young breed of Twende sports, and they look to be in good spirits, looking forward to that basketball game.
Definitely, and you can probably see just in their faces a little bit relaxed and composed. I hope they don't start the way they started against Farm Kenya. Remember, Farm Kenya almost gave them a shock on Game 1, so I'm sure they're coming up to this game with a lot of respect for Phenoms.
And then Sadat Gaya, the man who has led Twende to couple of championships, and it's been, he's quite an interesting coach, isn't he?
Quite interesting coach. Remember, Sadat is actually the current coach of the year for what he was able to achieve with Twende, especially last season.
As we see the director for the CL, one of the three directors for the CL League, Nathaniel Mkoma, also a very big sponsor. He loves basketball, that man over there.
He loves basketball, and from all of us, just want to say thank you. His input in the game has really, really sparked the growth that we're seeing all over. Big up to him and we as a company.
As we leave you with the national anthem, before the basketball game begins.
Getting set for just a quick photo with one of the directors, Mr. Nathaniel. That beautiful tarmac ball. That's our official ball. Our official ball sponsors Decathlon with the tarmac. We also just give a big shout out to our sponsors, Decathlon being one of them, DTA, Greer Insurance, Old Mutual, Okapi Spot. Definitely these have been key. And Bavaria, making sure that all our fans and players are energized. Mutandalo, just to mention a few. Teams just standing for the photo shootout. And then definitely I'm sure they will be shaking the hands of the match officials, or also shaking the hands of the opposing teams as they get ready for this cracker. Twende in white, they'll be playing against Dementa in their traditional dark blue jerseys. Wherever you're watching us from, feel welcomed. Definitely like, share, but also comment. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, this is game one. The series is a best of three. Definitely each game counts. So whoever picks game one, they just need one more game to be in the final. Whoever loses must win game two, making things very, very interesting.
Well, Chairman, I cannot wait to see this game, how it unfolds, because there's so much subplots in this basketball game. It has got so many subplots. You can go back to the first day when Twende did not show up for their basketball game and they were given a walkover against the Click Mambas. That very day, the team manager for the Phenoms was absolutely elated, and he said they must be deducted those points.
And who knew that they would be meeting in the semifinals? A lot of people had predicted, as I mentioned earlier, that we will be having another Phenoms Twende finals. But I'm sure that walkover definitely ended up messing up with those projections, and we are having this matchup now in the semifinals.
Yeah, absolutely. And today you can look at the floor and you know that the return of Brian Mchina is going to be absolutely crucial for for Phenoms.
It's obvious. Both teams bringing out their big guns. Both teams bring out their big guns. And definitely for Phenoms, it's quite good to see Muchina back. He has been quite instrumental, a very key piece for the success that Phenom has had all through.
Well, Muchina was absolutely sensational, but he was injured and now he's returning.
His return is, I would say, perfectly timed when the team needs him just to overcome. Do I dare say the phenomenon, Twende?
Well, looking at the game that we have in prospect, the two-time reigning champions, that is Twende, will attempt to do it to Phenoms one more time today. If they can make it another victory for them, it will be impressive, but I don't think it's going to be straightforward, is it?
I'm sure Phenomenal Phenoms, I'm sure they've done their homework and they're ready for the challenge, but definitely Twende have been spectacular and they always rise to the occasion when it comes to this level. And as usual, they have a very unique player on the other side. For Twende, you know the player I'm talking about.
Yeah, the man of the game. I think so far the players we are looking at today, the players I'm really looking forward to seeing is Bramwell Muchina and what he brings for the Phenoms. He gives them the size, which Twende will really struggle to contain. But the other side, we got Garang Ding. Garang Ding, we know what he can produce. We saw what he did to Farm Kenya in the last game, and I cannot wait to see what, which of these two players will come out on top today. They need to find a way to stop Muchina, and Phenoms need to find a way to stop Garang Ding.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so curious to see the tactical and the technical approach of both coaches, because both coaches are top-notch in terms of skill, talent, but also technique. So I'm so curious to see the tactical approach from both coaches, because that is actually what's going to give me an early indication probably where the chips are going to fall.
Yes, indeed. And I am most interested in also what the tactical play is going to be like for this particular game.
I remember definitely for Twende, probably as expected, a lot of the play will be running through Garang Ding, just like when we saw them playing against Farm Kenya. But let's see, in terms of adjustments, how Phenoms are planning to deal with Garang Ding. Just getting ready. Twende have already stepped into the floor.
Well, the starters today, Fahim has been also a key player for Twende. He's really picked up his form lately, and you can see the starters there. It is absolutely magnificent. Dismas Onsongo, Ariel Ortega, Larry Shavanga, the captain for the team, Garang Ding, and Fahim Juma.
It's obvious Twende showing the indication early. They are starting strong. And that lineup, it is a shooting lineup. So basically, I don't know if they're just copy-pasting what Click just did a few minutes ago. So let's see how this is going to look like.
Well, I am excited for this one. This one is the one that I really was excited for. Dementors and Click bring a different dimension to it. And what we know about the CL is we never really know who's going to take the championship, do we?
Definitely.
Apart from the last two seasons.
Yeah. It actually, before Twende cracked it, it was very, very hard for the team to defend the Street League Championship. And looking at how the Phenoms have lined up, they look like they're starting with size. They're definitely starting with size.
Well, Morel will tip it and get it to Siaji. Phenoms will get the first attack of this basketball game. Kisilu, and he gets it. He started well. Salim Kisilu.
Good indication, Ali. Good indication, Ali.
Onsongo, face to face with Oliambo. Shavanga misses out. Sabrik, and Odiambo will bring it forward, finding Siaji. Siaji with Shavanga face to face. Siaji is a 3-time CL champion.
He's
And
looking,
easy below the basket from Mareba.
Sergi
Then-
looking for his 4th championship.
Phenoms have begun very well. Electric start from them.
So far, so good. Looking at the Twende lineup, Dismas Mbaka, Larry Shavanga, Ariel Ortega, Garangding, and Fahim Juma. Those are the starters for the reigning champions, Twende.
Kisilu again. Misses out this time, but Deng will pick it up, and Ortega goes in for the layup. And Twende are on the board now. As we look at the starting 5 for the Phenoms, Gary Wekesa will start this one. Mareba Deng played for Click Mambas, won a championship with them. Spencer Morel is a new addition in the CL. He's never played here Phenoms. He's won the champions with Junubin, and he's on the line right now to take a free throw.
Yeah, Tobias is a very experienced point guard, and he's going to be key if Phenoms are to get something out of this game.
Phenoms, Tobias, the one on the line, has also lost 2 championship finals. Both of them, one to Nibs and the other to Dream Team. But he's one of those players who just delivers on the big stage. I remember in one of those final games, he had 35 points, but he ended up losing when Peter Odhiambo on the other side for Dream Team was knocking down 45.
I think for me, like looking at Tobias,
A good shot from Fahim Juma.
Tobias has actually been a young player that has actually grown from the street, and you can clearly see that his experience right now for Phenoms is not actually just stuck only for the few games he played this season, but literally from the first time that he came to play in the league.
Well, Mbaka, Dismas on Songo Mbaka, better known Dima.
Yep.
There's Shavanga, drives in, lays it off. Juma for 3, loses out, it's an air ball. And Morel will pick up the rebound, bring it up forward for Phenoms.
Like he stepped out the line.
Juma will inbound the ball into Mbaka, face to face with Odhiambo. Here's Shavanga. Morel will try to defend Shavanga, will attack the basket, laid it off to Juma, and Juma tried to... Here's Ding.
The D area is very
For
crowded.
3.
That's bread and butter for Dean.
Kisilu. Siaji for 3. Loses out. It will be Phenom ball.
Sergi, that was a little bit strong. Went over the rim.
Well, it's quite a bit the start we expected because of the quality of the players on the floor. Mareba Deng.
That
Loses
count.
out. Now it's a side ball, nothing more than a side ball. Just Kisilu misses out. Deng will pick it up, and Baka will get the ball back. It falls kindly for Ortega. Shavanga will inbound the basketball. Here's Ding. Ding was absolutely sensational in that quarterfinal against Farm Kenya, wasn't he?
He was special. And one big reason of why Twende are here today, because he's the one who literally stepped up and he was able to actually kind of like just pull the energy of all other players who are now playing around him, and that was lights out for Farm Kenya.
Shavanga will go to inbound the basketball. Mbaka.
Almost a turnover.
Ding for 3. Misses out.
That's a rare miss from Ding.
Here's Odhiambo. And then, easy layup. It's a good drive from Odhiambo, and he lays it off to Deng, who finishes without any sort of defense on him.
That's where Odhiambo is dangerous, especially on the drive and kicks. He's very, very effective.
Odhiambo will attack the basket.
Does it again.
Kick out to Kisilu. Kisilu misses out, doesn't get the tray to go. And Shavanga wins on the break. Can he get it? He does.
The high flyer. With that dunk, still keeping Twende on the lead.
Morel went flying in there. Siaji with a mid-range shot and an absolutely brilliant shot as well. He's a very good shooter of the basketball inside that D.
That actually reminded me of Kobe. That's a Kobe-like move.
Shavanga for 3. It's wild and it's a break, and the ball will go towards the phenomenal Phenoms. Bounded by Siaji.
It's 5 minutes on the clock and the game is still tied 10-10.
Odhiambo. Ooh, big block from Ding, but the ball went off Mbaka.
Definitely Ding is not having none of that.
Well, he's begun the game very well today. Siaji to inbound it for the Phenoms. Kiselu. Odhiambo for 3. Deep one as well.
That is very encouraging to see for Phenoms. Remember, Tobias is known for driving the ball. If he starts shooting the basketball, that becomes a good option for the coach also.
Well, Mbaka just had a mid-range shot, converted. Here's Siaji. Odhiambo will attack. It's a blocking foul called on Mbaka.
Both teams very, very efficient on the field goals. Very, very efficient. They're maximizing on their ball possession.
Yes, they're playing very, very well, particularly on the shots. They're making, particularly inside the Ds, they are making very good percentages. Maybe beyond the 3-point line, not so much. Oh, excuse my wording. As Deng nails a tray for the Phenoms.
That's Mareba.
Juma. It's a break for Juma.
Nice,
Tobias
beautiful from Tobias.
Behind the back and lays it off to Morel.
Oh, Morel should have put that in. That's beautiful from Toby. Behind the back, sneaking his way into Twende's territory, causing all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, indeed. And Mareba will go to the line for 2. Mareba Deng has been absolutely brilliant. He started the game very well, hasn't he?
He has started very, very well, and his presence has actually been a very, very serious menace for Twende. Let's see how they're going to adjust, because so far, so good for him. He's dominating the inside area.
Well, that's true, and he converts the first one, and Twende already in foul trouble.
And I think the size has actually been a challenge. But Twende needs to find a way how they're going to deal with it. Mareba misses the second one.
Ding with the rebound. We bring it ball forward here for Twende.
And you can notice Phenoms respecting. They're putting pressure on him early.
Oh, off the glass, and a beautiful shot from Ortega. Oh, just miscommunication between Kisilu and Morel. They couldn't just get it correctly, and it's a turnover as Etiang will check in for Twende. That's the number 9.
Morel really has a mismatch, and that is what he keeps communicating every time. He wants the ball, so they just need to know how to get the ball to him. I want to see what he's going to do once he gets the ball.
Well, despite the game going the way it is, Ortega has got 5 points for Twende, and the rest have 3. Juma, it's moving rather swiftly. It's very well shared for Twende.
The game is, he gets the ball now, let me see. And that is obvious. That is what he was saying all the time. He has a mismatch.
The challenge now, that is what we had pinpointed, that the size for Phenoms might pose a problem for Twende, and so far now it's starting to prove that that will be the case. Ding for 3. Again, he gets it.
I don't know where Siaji went. Siaji has actually been police marking Ding.
Well, he's up to 6 points. Garang Ding. Kiselu. Lay off to Safal and Olang, the guilty party for Twende. Pushing, foul.
Look like Twende have swarmed the referee. Look like
No, I think it's the correct call. Look at that from Ortega, the layoff and the quick movement of the basketball into Ding, who just doesn't disappoint from the 3-point line.
It's very dangerous for you to lose where Ding is.
Well, it's a 2-point game.
Mr. Tobias on the line.
Well, the foul trouble is already hurting Twende. With 2:45 left to play on this first quarter of the first game of the semi-final between last season finalists.
Yeah, I've just seen that Aldier has just checked in.
Well, Alier was a key part of Farm Kenya when they won the championship, and it was absolutely fantastic when he combined with the fellow called Paulino, who managed to find a scholarship and go to the United States.
Yeah, obviously Ariel is a very good guard and a very, very big menace. Especially, he's able to run and play very, very tough.
Well, Ariel, that one is a player for Twende sport, but at this case, Obias will bring the ball forward, but he loses out. Ding will get the ball back, finding Olang, who lays it easily. Oh, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You cannot hit the other player with the basketball. Mchina has checked in. Mchina has checked in for Twende. It's good to see him back on the floor.
Yeah.
For Phenoms,
Yeah.
it's very good to see him back on the
Definitely.
floor.
Welcome back, Mchina. Good seeing that young man back. Let's see what he has for his team. They need him now.
He was injured for a very long time, and here is where Ding, Juma, Ariel, wonderful up and under and inside those big men for Phenoms. What happened there? Why didn't they stop him?
That is a real strong point. He's one player that if you're allowed to attack that paint, he finds cracks and is able to go through. And in that instance, he found one in the solid defense of Phenoms.
Well, as we talk about that particular player earlier, Moses Arrier, we can remember the day he knocked out the great Dream Team when he knocked them out with 3 men on the floor.
Don't remind me, I was a part and parcel of that team. That time I was playing for Dream Team. He actually made us go home, literally sad, crying, and also with our tails tucked in.
However, they did go on to lose to Team Experience in that final comprehensively 3-0. I think it used to be played best of 5 in those days, yeah?
Yeah, I definitely used to play best of 5. I remember after that game, Oyo knew his name because at first Oyo never respected Alier, but after that game, the young man earned a massive respect from the east side.
Just in case you're joining us, that is the player on the ball, Moses Arrier. He was absolutely fantastic in that game, and he ensured that From Kenya would make it their first final, and in the next final they did take the championship, and he was still part of that team.
Yeah, definitely he was.
They took the one CL league that had the most teams, 40?
40 at that time. Toby just has to be careful with the basketball. He's losing a lot of this basketball. Alier just picked his pocket.
Ding. Hagos checked in. Can he finish? He doesn't. The player who just shot the basketball, that's number 7, Powell Hagos. He's a Kenyan international. Yeah, he's a Kenyan international, as well as he studies at UON. Had an opportunity, just like I did over the other players that I mentioned in the other game. I had an opportunity to witness him play for UON in the Kusa games, and it was quite interesting. Anytime he was out of the floor or he came late, UON were trailing in those particular games, and they came back to win them.
And you can remember just our last quarterfinals. Remember, he went berserk and ended up scoring, I don't know how many 3 points he was able to score, literally.
Yeah, I remember he finished with 33 points in that particular game. He was all over the place with those 3-point lines.
Tells you his quality is just phenomenal. That's beautiful from Alier. With the left hand up and under.
Yeah,
that is very tough.
And the big man who was defending him is Bramwell Muchina. So you really need to know that it required quite a bit of skill to beat a man of his size.
Yeah, definitely. That's the special nature.
And look at the field goal percentages. They are matched. Not big difference. Just Phenoms are losing out by 7%.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Both teams have really, really taken care of the basketball. They're maximizing on their offensive kind of like opportunities. But I just say that slightly with Phenoms, Toby has slightly been a little bit careless with the basketball, some 2 turnovers.
And this is what we anticipated because of the size that Phenom have. You can see they do have the most rebounds with 10.
Yeah, and definitely looking at the lineups of both teams, Phenoms definitely, I have a feeling that they're going to dominate, especially on that aspect of both defensive and offensive rebound. They just need to know how to turn those into points.
I agree. And as we wait to get to finish off this particular quarter, it is the Phenoms who are trailing by 4.
Yes, still a two-possession game. So far, Twende have been able to weather. This time, remember, Phenoms started off the gates. But Twende has been able to weather that storm.
I agree with you, Chairman. And as we wait to see what the game entails, and I wonder why the stoppage is so long. Alier will bring the ball forward. He'll come face to face with Vitu Mbuko.
Vitu did a good job in containing him. David picks a foul. That was very, very unnecessary from there, but probably, maybe it was technical. Just to stop a transition. But Twende are on the red.
Wekesa has been a key player for Phenoms. And it's interesting, I expected him to already be in the match, but he has not really lit up today, has he?
Yeah,
So
probably just a slow start, but should be expecting that he leads up.
Here's Etiang. Walang attempts a 3. And here is Rapudo. Blocked, and Muchina will go to the line for 2. And the size is starting to cause problems for Twende.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work for Twende, especially for me. Sometimes for size, just make sure that don't go for the ball, just box out. Know where the body is and box out. If you're going to go for the rebound, the size differentiation just going to always make the bigger player have an advantage.
Yeah, and he's usually very ruthless from the line. I'm sure he is wondering to himself how he missed that one.
Yeah, probably
Muchina.
Maybe from the long miss, he's been a little bit rusty.
Player who studied at KU, Kenyatta University.
This is the second one.
Part of the X-Men as well.
Yes.
A team that just played with only 6 men. and they did wonders with those 6 men.
Definitely missing that X-Men unit. But so far, those young men are in different teams doing a lot of good work. Proud of their achievement.
Indeed, that is true.
Also seeing just a sea of funds just trickling in. The gym is starting to look packed. From wherever you're joining us, feel most welcomed. If you can make your way to Nyayo National Stadium, definitely make a stop over here.
Well, Michino will go to the line again. Elisha Odhiambo, this time the guilty party who fouled him. The size is just a problem for them now, isn't it?
It has been a problem, as I mentioned, but I would say expect Twende to find a solution. If they don't, that's going to be a very, very long day for those players playing down there.
Well, the gym is certainly getting full by the minute. And here is Vitumbuko. Finds Rapudo, who attacks the basket. He'll go to the line again. Twende are fouling, and those fouls are going to come back to haunt them.
They will, especially in the first quarter. And if each player starts getting 2 to 3 fouls, it means that the coach will have very few options in its fourth quarter. And if it's a close game, it means that key players might start fouling out.
Yeah, Rapudo, the player who used to play for Junoben, played for K-City as well, and the Mustangs as well. He's played for so many teams, hasn't he?
He has been all over the place, and that also makes him a very experienced player. But he should now score his free throws. Yeah, that's what matters now.
And he gets the second one as Phenoms level the scores to 23 apiece. And he nearly got it.
He nearly got it.
Well, what is your takeaway from this first quarter? I think it's just evenly balanced. However, the Twende are struggling with the size. From my point of view, I think Twende are struggling with the size that Phenoms have. And that size, it's shown by the number of fouls they've collected.
And I think for me, probably Phenoms needs to understand that they have a size advantage. And if I'm the coach, kind of like coaching Phenoms, I should be milking that. I should have all my plays starting with my bigs. But so far, I would say that Twende, regardless of that, are weathering the storm.
Yeah, it's true. And they're still just keeping in it. And we should also remember that these Twende took both the regular season games.
Yeah, they did. And that tells you a lot about the caliber and the quality and the mental toughness of the players that are in our reigning defending champions.
Even though one of those games did go to overtime.
Yeah, it definitely did.
The second one, the second leg did go to overtime. The first one, it was one-way traffic for Twende. They just took it and hammered the Phenoms.
Remember, if you say this close, players like Ding, they love this kind of pressure, especially the last minutes of the game. So Phenoms for me needs to just, if they now can pull a gap, they need to do that now.
And here Moses with up and under and into the basket. As we look at Ding, and today Twende have played their game. They've shared this basketball quite a number of times. It's not like the other game where they struggled against from Kenya in the first game, where it just didn't look like it's going their way. They have really shared the basketball this time.
I think for me, technically and technically, Twende are still disciplined. Despite the size challenge that Phenoms is posing, they are still disciplined, and that is what has kept them afloat this far. So they need just to keep it at that. But hey, Phenoms also need just to maximize on their size now, because if they don't, then I'm sure Twende will definitely find a way of getting a winner of this game.
Exactly. Now, Baka. Mekesa on him. The good drive by Hagos to Olang. Olang drives in and finding Baka for 3. Misses out. Hagos will get the last touch and the ball will go Phenoms' way. Mchina to Vitumbuko. into Deng. Oh, bad turnover, and Alier will speed away on the break to find Argos. Baka, back to Argos, who get through the baseline, and he will go to the line for one.
That is a real second steal. He's got quite quick hands.
Well, you gotta close down the baseline, and they didn't do that well enough. Mareba, I believe, was the guilty party, just didn't do enough on that baseline. And here, Hagos will punish you. The player who was talking about Powell Hagos, he was fantastic in that game against Vikapu in that quarterfinal, wasn't he?
He was quite phenomenal. And I think for me, as he's picking his confidence, and I'm sure he started
from
getting
Kenya,
his,
sorry, from Kenya.
And he gets his stride, I'm sure he'll never start hitting those 3 points.
They are moving the ball very nicely. Hagos will attack. He will miss out, and Phenoms will recover the basketball. Good hustle from Vitumbuko to find Rapudo. Vitumbuko will come face to face with Ale. Rapudo will drive in. Oh. Wekesa.
Looks like he picked a foul.
Yeah. Blocking one as well. Odhiambo will miss out from the shot. Wekesa can bring it forward. Finds Rapudo into Vitumbuko. Vitumbuko will attack the basket. And tries an up and under, doesn't fall, and it's foul. Foul will go Olang, the guilty party. Well, it's gonna be a breathtaking finish if this game continues to stay this close, isn't it?
Yeah, none of the team has actually found an edge. Rapudo, that's very careless. Losing a ball just from an inbound.
Well, he just gifted Twende an opportunity to extend their 3-point lead in this basketball game. It's the CL playoff semi-final, game 1. Last season finalists are contesting the semi-finals this time around. One of them is going to make it to that final again. The other is going to be out of the competition.
Yeah, quite unfortunate, and definitely, like, for whoever is going to make it to the final, all the best. But first, hey, they have to get over this bridge here. And so far, I would say that nobody has a clear path to that final.
Travel, yeah. That's a very good call from the referee. There's Vitumbuko. Yeah, he's trying to bait Alier, and he's not buying. Vitumbuko has caused quite a number of turnovers since he's come on.
I think they kind of like just gave Toby a breather. It looks like he's struggling.
Yeah, he's struggling to get in the contest. Big block from Muchina. That is the size we are talking about. Odhiambo, you cannot allow Odhiambo to take those mid-range shots. He's very good from the mid-range as well. Good steal from Olang, and Olang never lets anything go.
Like had all close on that basketball. The only way you're going to get the ball out of him literally is like cutting him off it.
And he still has the basketball as well. I remember there was a time Olang was playing against, I think, was it Farm Kenya? I don't know. Was it Farm Kenya who, this player, this young man called Simon Kwal or something like that, he essentially dunked on him. And then I asked him, why would you go and try to block? And do you know what Olang says back to me? And he says, imagine if I could have blocked him. You know, now I said, wow, okay.
That's the
That's
kind
the attitude.
attitude that this young man has.
Yeah,
And
that is the attitude. If you're going to play this game, you're going to go give it your best, right? Now, if Olan can say something like that, and he's just been dunked on, everyone, the crowd is up at Umama, everyone is shouting and everyone is so happy. So after the game, I asked him, you didn't have a chance to get the ball, did you? Then he goes, Clay, can you imagine if I had blocked?
That's the kind of attitude that makes him special. That's why
Exactly.
he's here in the semifinals fighting for his team to get to the finals.
Yeah, and he just fought for a basketball right now, and the ball went their way.
Yeah, those are the small plays that eventually give you the bigger goal, a championship.
Buluma has just checked in.
Twende with, like now, at least a small cushion of 5 points.
Yeah. And here is Rapudo. Bring the ball up. Phenoms are trying, has checked back in. Odhiambo. Easy lay, misses out. Misses out again, and a big rebound from Olang. Here is Alier. Tumbaka. Odhiambo. Ooh, travel.
Moved his pivot foot.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned quite early in one of the broadcasts, I think the referees should actually hold a clinic and just help these young and even professional players understand more about the pivot foot.
Easy lay for Odhiambo, and a fantastic pass from Powell Hagos.
And now Twende are getting the groove back.
Well, it's now a 7-point game. Here's Odhiambo. Kani to Rapudo. Rapudo will attack the basket, and a foul is called. Olang. Usually he just picks it and he knows that he's picked a foul. He's not going to give you anything, Olang. Olang doesn't give you anything. That's the player on your screen right now. He just never gives you anything. He doesn't allow you to just play your basketball. He's not going to allow you to just take an easy shot, an easy layup. He doesn't do that. It's just not meant for him.
Every team requires kind of like a player who's willing to do anything just to make sure that his team picks a win. And probably Olang is that player for Twende.
And something interesting, what people underestimate about him, he does score as well.
Yep.
And he's a very good scorer and a very good shooter of the basketball.
Yep.
Yeah, you would not see that when you see him picking a foul like that.
Remember also basketball, especially at this level, it's also mental. So Lang also is trying to put in the mental aspect of it in.
Rapudo misses the second one. Rebound by Mareba, and Rapudo attempts a three but loses out. Good box out from Ding, but loses out again to Rapudo, who attacks the basket. Doesn't get it to fall, and now the ball is back on the hands of Ortega, who finds Juma. Oh, miscommunication. However, they get a second bite at it. It went off Muchina's leg. It will be Twende ball.
I think that was a play, but probably there was just a miscommunication on when to move.
Baka. Shavanga, the captain. Misses out. Buluma will bring it forward for Phenomenal Phenoms. Then, Odhiambo. Oh, the mismatch is already there. Can he use it? Yes, he does. Now, what can Muchina do? With Juma, he misses out. Good defense from Buluma. And Odhiambo will bring it up forward for the Phenoms, who are now down 6, and they need to step it up a little bit. Good block from Juma.
Looks like Mchina was calling for that ball early, even when he caught the ball, literally already he had been pushed literally off the area that he wanted to play for. So I think Phenoms need to get that ball early to him and see what he can be able to do.
Well, and then they need to start using those mismatches. Morel has just checked in. Rapudo. Ooh. And then we'll go to the line for 2.
Rapudo has really missed quite a lot. He just needs to be more efficient. He's getting the looks, he's getting those opportunities. He just needs to punish Twende. This is the first free throw. Scores the second one. He's pushing the scores to 25 to 30.
Here's Mbaka. Ortega.
That's good pressure from Phenoms.
Yeah, they're trying to put some pressure on the defense. But Ding with a long 3.
That's a forced shot also because time was lapsing.
Excellent play here. And a big block. Oh, it's a foul. Ding, the guilty party. Well, he is pleading his case, but the foul has already been called. I thought they cleared him out.
Let's look
at it again. I'm curious to see what happened there.
It looked like a late whistle. Yeah, definitely a foul. That's definitely a foul.
They cleared him out. Yeah, absolutely cleared him out.
His hands were all tangled.
Yeah. You can't do that.
I'm sure he'll later look at that replay and he'll see that definitely that was a clear foul.
Then on the line for 2. And he gets it. The man who studies at USIU.
Yep.
Played for Click Mambas, won the championship with Click Mambas, played a very crucial role.
It was actually a central role for Click Mambas, especially when they won that championship.
Yeah, he was excellent. I played him in the preseason and I could tell that the Mambas were there now. They had arrived. Because after that game, I remember retiring from basketball, playing basketball in the CL.
So you dare say that Mareba was the reason that you retired?
Yeah, but I did manage to win the game in the preseason. So Juma.
That's good defense from Juma.
Morel picks up the rebound and it will be laid off to Odiabo, who gives it. Oh, Morel miscommunication, but he gets it back. Second bite of the cherry. He's fouled. Oh. Just switched his pivot, and that it will be a travel call. It will go the way of Twende. Twende will inbound the basketball. 3:59 left to play in this second quarter.
It kind of like just has been a slow, well-paced game. Both teams only just making sure that they're making the most. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. From a little 3-point shooter, and the fans kind of like just appreciating that fake.
Well, the fake and the tray from Ortega, one of the most excellent shooters of the basketball from beyond the arc. And a charge is called, an offensive foul. It will go the way of Twende. At the minute, Twende are seizing control of the match.
Yes, kind of like just slowly building up a buffer.
Ortega is up to 8 points. Well, this game has been so gripping. We've not had a chance to see who are the leading scorers for both teams. At the minute, Mareba Deng is leading for the Phenoms with 10 points. As a foul is called, while on the other end, it will be Garang D, who has got 9 points.
Phenoms now just need to be disciplined enough. They started picking very, very unnecessary fouls.
There is no need to panic for them. They just need to be patient. There's still time.
That's beautiful. Looking at it again from Ortega. And appreciating that. Nice. I'll watch that over and over and over again.
Well, it's a beautiful play, and they just were a little bit late to play defense on him, and he punished them ruthlessly. As we are in a timeout here,
Still not a very, very big cushion for Twende, 26 to 33.
yeah, and both teams are on foul trouble, so the free throw line is going to play a crucial role going forward in this last 3 minutes of this quarter. Well, it's interesting to think that Twende went the whole entire season last season without being defeated, and then they were defeated quite a number of times this season.
Yeah, that's true. And for me, that is something that shows the kind of like league and teams. Teams have adjusted, coaches have really improved, coach have scouted. And for Twende, whatever they achieved for like last season, that was just amazing. But this year, teams made adjustments, and Twende was not able to keep a clean sheet to the finals.
Yeah, in fact, they lost the first game by a walkover. They did not show up, so already they had already the perfect record had gone.
Yeah, the perfect record had gone. But I remember still, it took a while until they got their first genuine loss. And I remember that time, Umama was just crazy and packed, especially when they lost their first game.
Yeah, against the Vikapu. And Vikapu were the only team that has always taken them so close.
Yeah, definitely.
And after that, everyone else started beating them left, right, and center.
Yeah, definitely Vikapu exposed the gap, and now teams would actually maximize on that.
Yeah. Here's Morel. Excellent turn. Well, they've gone with the size now, but a big block there. Buluma is blocked.
But Morel just needs to finish. He has the size, he's getting those looks.
And he's getting so many opportunities as well.
He's getting so many opportunities, just needs to be composed enough. The issue is just composure there.
He just needs to finish. Yeah. That's it. That's all is left. He's doing everything right. He's just not finishing the basket, is it?
Unfortunately, again, Phenoms, another miscommunication.
It's quite interesting that Twende are leading in the blocks department. I wouldn't have guessed, because Twende do not have the size to be blocking that number of blocks.
But Twende has the heart, and you can clearly see what you just mentioned, players that are willing to do anything just to get a stop. So the blocks definitely speaks a lot about the energy and the intensity Twende is bringing, especially on the defensive side of this game.
Here's Mbaka. Ding. Juma. Laying it off to an excellent screen by Juma to create space for Ortega, who goes and lays it widely, but Wekesa will bring it forward. And here is Deng, who finishes easily, and it's right back down to a 5-point game.
That's good patience and composure from Mareba.
Ding. Mid-range shot. Oh, what a shot. The way he just fakes in and then sets himself up to get an easy shot away.
A lot of players have a lot to learn. Watching, he's composed, he studies, he reads what the defense is giving him, then he initiates.
Yeah, he essentially uses your defensive stance to create space. Look at that. Another one surely misses out. Mbaka picks up the rebound. Ooh, it's closed in.
Look like they picked a foul over there.
Yeah. Bonus, probably the coach is calling for bonus. Yeah, both teams were in foul trouble, so it's bonus.
I thought the coach was saying peace, but looks like he's insisting.
And Mbaka will go to the line for Twende.
Mbaka is that one player that you mentioned last time that you might not know that is there, but at the end of it all, when you look at the stats, the damage he's caused is crazy. This is the second one. Another turnover.
Ortega to Ding. Ding goes in and tries to lay, but he loses out, and Buluma will bring it forward. Oh, good steal from Ding. He just dallied. Another turnover again.
Both teams are kind of like just clumsy over there.
Buluma falls short on the layup, and Odhiambo will pick it up. Here's Ortega. Again, another turnover. Yeah. Well, a slew of turnovers. Easy. Can he?
Yes,
He does.
puts it in.
Oh, travel call, and he just took it easily. Probably.
I wonder, was that a travel?
Well, I would think that he probably thought he was alone, and maybe in the
Shuffled
process
his
of
pivot
probably when he was trying to fake up, moved his pivot foot, and well, you cannot get a basket after you just shuffle like
Very,
that.
very,
Can
very
you?
true. I know you can't.
No, you can't. Not at this level. Let's see it again. Excellent play, miscommunication there between Ding and Ortega, and then the behind the arc from Wekesa, playing very nicely, and then oh,
Yeah,
he did.
definitely. Yeah,
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
He moved both his.
No, he did. The pivot foot was the right foot, and then he just moved it to try and score the basket. He did. So good call from the referee.
That's why I told you might need a clinic just to make sure that all players understand when a foul, a walk is called, especially.
Yeah. And when you look at that here at Okapi Sports Network, I think he needs to look at that. That was a good call from the referee. He got that one spot on.
Got that spot on. Remember, these athletes are playing for 1 million Kenya shillings. That is quite phenomenal. I believe the first time in Kenya for a cash prize money to be that big. Courtesy of Greer. Pressure. Looks like Ortega was trapped on that corner. Phenoms is applying good pressure. Applying that pressure early. Phenoms picking a foul on that play. Looks like he's bleeding. Just see his hand. They'll definitely need to make a change.
Yeah, and it's good to see a player when they're injured, they volunteer themselves. Most of the time, they don't like to give away their free throws. It's good to see that.
That speaks a lot of just him as a person also. He's not selfish.
He realizes that I cannot play with blood on my hand. I have to take a substitution, and even he alerts the referee.
Yeah, definitely.
In that case, he has just alerted the referee.
Yeah, definitely. I can see there the ProMed, our official medic team, taking care of Mr. Dima. Alier misses both free throws.
Well, it's been a fantastic quarter of basketball. We've seen some wonderful plays as well. As the quarter quickly winds down with 20 seconds left to play.
Still a close game.
Yeah, it is. It is a close game, no doubt about it.
The VIP area looks packed already.
Yeah. Oh, Juma and well, he didn't need to do that, did he?
But actually was caught off guard. That's a beautiful pass that just created all those sorts of problems.
And Deng will go to the line. He's been on the line quite a number of times today, Deng.
Yeah, he's actually been the go-to guy, especially for Phenoms, especially on the post side. But he needs to score his free throws. That has just been an Achilles heel for him. He's missed quite a couple of key free throws.
And he gets the second. He's up to 10 points for the Phenoms.
Yeah, seems like he's the top scorer for the team. They need to maximize on time. Toby needs to go up.
Bravo! Violation again. Well, the fans are shell-shocked. Excellent play from Ding. Oh! And he beats the clutch to finish the quarter strongly here.
Who else do you expect to do that but Ding?
And the fans are on their feet. How did that basketball come from one end to the other, and what were they doing? Look at that. Oh, leaves Buluma for dead, and a teardrop to finish it off. Absolutely beautiful to watch from Ding. Look at that, telling the fans, get up, guys.
Looking like a conductor, just leading his choir.
Absolutely magnificent. And that will take us to the break as we look at the statistics from the first half of this basketball game. An enthralling one at that. As we look at the percentages, Twende are on top for most of these percentages, apart from the rebounding, which we knew that will cause a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I think Twende has actually been very, very efficient, especially on their feel-good percentage. As I mentioned earlier, Phenoms, especially their post players, are getting ready to score, but they're not scoring. But Twende has really been efficient, especially on executing their field goals. The three-point percent, so far I would say 50-50.
It's balanced.
Teams. It's balanced. We've not seen a lot of three-points so far in this game. But for the free throws also, I think Phenoms have had an upper hand, but still, I feel like they've missed a couple of key free throws that would have actually made a very big difference in the score that we're seeing down there.
Okay, I will also like to highlight the steals, whereby now we can realize if they say 8 steals, there's a potential for Twende to score at least 20 to 24 points, right? So what's happening there?
I think for me, looking at the level of steals tells you which team is more aggressive. So far, I would say it is Twende, because the number of steals they're getting tells you that they're more aggressive on defense.
Okay, well, as we go to the break, please take some water and some juice if you have it. But please don't leave. The second half is about to come to you underway as we leave you with the replays from the first half with some wonderful play like the one from Rally Shavanga. Get some refreshments. We'll see you on the other side. Well, welcome back to the CL Playoffs Game 1 between the reigning champions Twende and last season's runner-up Phenomenal Phenoms. The reigning champions are well on top. 38 for the reigning champions Twende and 29 for Phenoms. And what is very interesting is that we've seen the likes of the big players for Twende take the floor for quite a number of minutes, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. That has been key because if they're not on the floor with the size that Phenoms is presenting, there'll be trouble for Twende. So definitely, I expect they'll play even more minutes, especially in this second half of this game.
Well, Phenoms did have it quite an easy day out when they saw off Vikapu in the quarterfinal. Twende did have to dig deep to see off from Kenya. And it's quite interesting because these two teams, if you look at Twende did have struggled so much against Vikapu over the years, right? And Phenoms didn't. They just wiped them out like they weren't there. But Twende have always struggled against Vikapu. Yeah? And you can see now the balance when you come to a semi-final matchup like this one.
The unique thing about Twende is like they are consistent. That is one thing that you need to study them. The style of play, no matter the pressure, no matter the situation, they are composed and they'll keep digging, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. That's what has always been is getting them through the hurdle most of the time.
Well, the third quarter is underway in this enthralling encounter. Oh, miscommunication between Muchina and Odhiambo.
That has been the story of the day for Phenoms guards. They kind of like have been causing a lot of unforced turnovers, just not getting the ball where it's supposed to be.
Here's Ding. Can he? He doesn't. Loses out. Here is Kiselu now, who's gotten back on the floor after a long while. You wonder where he went to. He simply just, when he was substituted, he's been out for a while.
Probably the coaches forgot about him being on the bench. Phenoms needs to keep milking, especially the advantage they have of size. The coach's technical and, I think, offensive approach should be getting the ball to the bigs.
Here is Keselo into Muchina and Siaji.
They have to play with
Oh, Vitumbuko showed his arm and the ball will go to it as well. It's an offensive foul. He extended his elbow. Vitumbuko.
Looks like it here.
Kisiru will play defense on Ding. Ding will just have it. He's a calm one, Ding. Odhiambo with the mid-range shot. It's wild.
It was contested.
Vitumbuko. Kisilu. Siaji.
Better ball movement.
The three-time champion. Misses out. Juma. What I do neglect to mention is that even Juma is a three-time champion. Playing for Twende and Junuben when they did win it.
Looked like good defense. He stepped on the line. Phenoms need just to close to the 30-point mark.
There's Vitumbuko. Mponela. Morel.
Play.
Ooh, big block by Juma. He's got nowhere to go, and he stepped on the line, and the ball will go Twende's way.
Looks like there's a warning for the Twende bench. A rare turnover from Ding, but Phenoms again just throw the ball out.
Well, so that guy with his trademark clapping.
They're usually very loud.
Yeah, louder than even the players on the bench and even the fans. Sometimes he's louder than them. Ding tries a teardrop. Big rebound by Odhiambo. Odhiambo to Ding. Ortega will try to go attack the basket. Ortega for three. Misses out. Muchina with the rebound. Phenom will bring the ball forward here. The scoreline remained the same after 2 minutes, 2:30 played so far in this third quarter. Easy through the baseline from Muchina, and the size is there for everyone to see. There's nothing you can do to stop him once he's using the baseline like that. He's there.
And that's what I've been talking about. That is the clear advantage that Phenoms have. The ball has to be played between their bigs.
Oh, easy. It's so easy for him to pick up. And Mbaka is not the tallest player on that floor, is he?
But I think, as I said earlier, you have to have a discipline of boxing out.
Muchina, face to face with Odhiambo. He's playing them. There's nothing they can do about it, though he shoots an air ball and the ball will go to... Oh, good fake and an excellent finish from Odhiambo.
Odhiambo just played him into the trap. Just gave him a nudge and off he went.
Then the baseline is posing all sorts of... Oh, Kiselu again with the travel. Now Kiselu, the travel has been the Achilles heel for the phenomenal Phenoms today. They've traveled quite a number of times as well.
And I think that is something that they definitely need to go and, again, maybe watch this game to... Oh.
Well, he's fouled. Mbaka will go to the line, and the lead is now opened up to 11 points and a chance to make it 13 points lead for the reigning champions, Twende.
Scores the first one. This is important, he needs it, and scores the second one. Now they're starting they're starting to build a cushion now.
Attacking the basket.
Beautiful pass from Tobias.
Muchina with a big dunk. Again, that's the second one in a matter of moments. The size just cannot defend it. He's just too big. He's a giant. You get near him and you will know that Muchina is a giant. Now the travel.
And I love the making of Tobias now. He's finding his key players and he needs to keep at that. Right now, Muchina is hot, so he needs to play through here.
There's Odhiambo again, tries to go in and he loses out. Though Siaji will mop it up. To think that Morel driving to the basket and he loses out. To think that Siaji and Toby used to play for two different teams in the CL. Oh, good play. And he gets the basket as well. That is what you expect from Garang Ding.
We've had a couple of those fakes and kind of like shots that are being executed. Looks like he kicked you with the foot.
Garang Ding with the fake and the finish, and he's up to 15 points for Twende Sport. He is the best player on the floor right now for them.
And you'll say and feel like he has been a little bit silent, but the stats speak different.
Oh, they almost got into each other's way between Muchina and Morel. Muchina, he just gets it, and now he's the one they need to play through.
That's what
They
I'm
really
saying.
need to play through Muchina because he's been absolutely magnificent once he got into this match.
And it's obvious there's no answer that Twende
Siaji
has against
to
Muchina.
Muchina. Oh, good turnaround.
Beautiful
And a
from
dunk.
that.
Complete the dunk. It is the way it is supposed to be done. You beautiful turnaround
And you
and
can
a
see
dunk
this,
to accompany.
you can see the salutation from the fans. Definitely that deserves to be in the Okapi for top 10 plays of the playoffs.
Well, Muchina left Ding for dead, and he put an icing on the cake with a lovely one-handed dunk to complete the move, and they are now within touching distance of the reigning champions. Morel,
That's a beautiful play to
excellent
Morel.
turn.
This needs to Morel flexing it out, but he just needs to score. He's getting the ball. He's getting the looks.
Olang wanted to block him, and he's having a word as well with the referee. You see, they're having words. They're having. I like that when they are, telling each other a few words. Yeah, it's been a good one because Morel expected, first of all, with the turn, he expected to get a foul, but Ding moved away, so he remained with Olang, and they combated each other. They're still having some words between Morel and Olang, though the lead now has been trimmed to 8.
They're chipping it. They're chipping that lead now.
Can Morel get the second? Who's this out?
The ball still looks like the ball will stay with Phenoms.
Well, the intensity has increased over the last couple of moments of this basketball game. After those couple of dunks from Bramwell Muchina, we are now witnessing an intensity about Phenoms and how they're going about their basketball game. Travel, Rapudo, concentration. That is just a pure lack of concentration on that floor, and he gives away the basketball rather cheaply, and it's not the way you want it to go, especially when you've just got an opportunity to make it a 6-point game. Here is Ding, loses out, and it will still go his way.
That's good defense from Rapudo. I know he's working overtime. Taking care and stopping the run is not an easy task.
Here's Mbaka to Powell Hagus. Good steal from CRG. Good interception as he finds Rapudo, who attacks the basket, and he finishes it beautifully. And Phenoms are within 6 of the reigning champions, Twende.
It's now a 2-possession game. Oh, it's beautiful. He better score that.
Misses out. Yeah, surely. And you can see the steals are piling up for both teams. So, foul. It will be Phenom ball. And it's starting to look like the matchup we came for. It's 6-point game for Phenoms. Here is Odhiambo. To Siaji, turnaround shot. Loses out, but Rapudo mops it up. Doesn't get it to go, and now it's a transition basket for Hagos. He misses out, an easy layup. There's no difference involved there. And Odhiambo can bring it up for Morel. Morel. Rapudo. Outlet to Siaji. Oh, an easy lay. David Siaji gets the basket. And Phenoms are within 4. Well, what a lovely sequence.
That's a lovely sequence. I think it's obvious. Phenoms have turned off the heat, and Twende now looks like they're melting. The last 3 minutes have really been very, very good I would dare say
They
phenomenal.
needed a
for
timeout. They
Phenoms,
needed
yeah.
a timeout, and surely now, within this timeout, I like to know what you think about the sequence that we've just witnessed here.
I think I mentioned it earlier. One, Phenom's biggest advantage is their bigs. Their bigs hold the key. If they are to win this game, their bigs hold the key. And you can clearly see the last kind of like 2 minutes or so, they've played through their bigs, and Mushina has actually been a menace. That's beautiful. ISO and bang. He got the ball where he wanted and the player that he wanted. That was the matchup that he was looking at.
Well, Muchina's size is quite humongous. You can see that. Nobody can get near him. You can't get near him. None of those 20 players can get near him. His size is just way too big.
Way too big.
Yeah, and that size is also shown on the defensive front where Morel,
Look at that. That's a beautiful turn. And
a one-handed dunk from Muchina, who left Ding for that.
yeah,
Ding didn't expect that from him.
he's actually,
Muchina has essentially dragged his team back in it, hasn't he?
he has definitely dragged his team back in. That's a beautiful one also from,
The hang time involved for Davis Siaji to finish that basket is absolutely magnificent.
and remember, a snail Euro move that ended up being jelly into the basket. Now it's 46-42.
It's a 4-point game with 2:16 left to play. Here is Odhiambo for Phenoms. They got the, fouled Odhiambo, the one who has picked up that one.
I think Odhiambo now, he's kind of like playing a little bit free and loose, and he's getting the ball to the spaces that he wants. He's the person causing a lot of problems for Twende, just making sure that he's getting the ball to his bigs, who are now just causing the damage. He's on the line. Misses the fast one. Looks like China is telling him something. I don't know if it's like you better score those free throws.
Yes, indeed. And they really need them. You cannot afford to miss them like that. Rapudo will pick up and mop up the rebound. Mid-range shot from Odhiambo. They missed that, but Muchina.
China, he's there.
He's the one.
He's the one.
They
He's the
really
one
need to
causing-
get. They really need to get him on the basketball. You get him on the basketball. Get the basketball. Oh, good steal from Siaji. Are we? Easy lay. And it's a 2-point game.
It's a tie.
Is
Should
it?
be a tie.
Oh. We are right back in it.
Phenoms
They're
have
right back in it.
flowed back in this.
We are all back in it, and now we are all enjoying the basketball game that now Phenoms lead by 2. It's shocking because it's unraveling for the reigning champions. Foul, Morel blocking, it's now back in it. You know, it looked for 1 minute there that Twende were going to run away with it, and now it's right back in it. They are right back in it, Phenoms. They are really back in it.
Remember, you're playing both teams that have some of the very best players we have. So in terms of talent, both teams are balanced. Here is where coaching, tactical approach, and reading the game comes in handy. And I feel like now Phenoms have actually got it right now.
Kick out. Here it's Ding. Oh, Ding loses out rather easily. And Odhiambo finishes as Phenoms open up a 4-point lead. It's a 4-point game. And Twende will need to dig deep now.
I think it's obvious that now Phenoms, especially that kind of like break, gave them an opportunity of actually just sitting and studying and reading, and they're able now to make these key adjustments.
Baka with a wild shot. And I think we're going to have a lot to talk about in that break in between the third and the fourth quarter, Chairman. But at the minute, the momentum is with the Phenoms, isn't it?
The momentum is with Phenoms, and if they carry this to the fourth quarter, I'm sure they'll be able to be to be able to back game one.
Good defense there by Baka. Yeah, correct call. The referee got that on spot on. He simply bumped into Baka. There was no need to do that.
It's back to the play.
Yeah. Twende need to just calm it down a little bit. Here is Powell Hagos.
Pressure.
No, the fans are calling for a travel. However, someone did pull Hagos' leg. Yeah, it's a correct call.
But definitely Hagos' pivot foot was still on the
Yes,
ground.
there was the pivot foot is the one that was pulled away. Yeah. I think if you get the replay for that, that would be nice. You could see the defender simply wiped out the leg of Powell Hagos. I think the referee got that on spot on.
Fans are watching this at the edge of their seats.
Yeah. I did not anticipate that the game would be going this way. It's up. Oh, good time. Wonderful play.
We're getting a lot of top 10 plays today in this matchup. That's beautiful from Hago.
As the quarter comes to an end from that beautiful play, the last play of this quarter finished from Twende Sports, Powell Hagos with a beautiful turnaround and finish. Absolutely magnificent to watch, isn't it?
That one-on-one, especially on the baseline, that is just crazy.
I would like to see this again. This quarter has been absolutely entertaining, and we knew it would be entertaining at some stage. Please, Chava, you kindly take us through this.
Yeah, you can clearly see that he's reading.
Yeah.
Pass the ball. Bang. Fakes. And
there is the cross pass as well.
That's the bait. Once the two dribbles were up, he turned and it was all sailing into the rim. That is beautiful. That is beautiful skill.
From a player who played for Uruma Dragons?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good work from the Uruma Dragons Academy. That's a young man from Uruma shining in the big stage.
Look at that. From another angle. Absolutely beautiful. Even Mareba knew I try that and I get a foul.
That is beautiful play.
Well, there have been some very good plays in this quarter. Sum it up for us this quarter. I cannot, it's been absolutely magnificent and enthralling quarter of a basketball game. Twende were in the lead and comfortable with quite a number of points, and then it's been wiped out, and now they're trailed by 2.
I think for me, Phenoms now have found the weak spot that we've been talking all through. Their bigs have a big advantage over Twende. They have to keep stepping on that gas, stepping on that pedal. They kind of like just got a chokehold. They should not let it go. You can clearly see the first quarter, we kind of like had a tie. Second quarter, Twende definitely dominated. Third quarter, it was the same story, but now for Phenoms, third quarter has been huge. 21 points to 10 points.
Well, when you limit Twende to 10 points, it means that you have played some very good defense, and you've played some wonderful plays as well on the offensive front.
Yeah, and I will say this. We have another 10 minutes of thrilling basketball. Currently, Phenoms are on the rise. They need to keep the momentum. Because remember, Twende, if you keep them close with players like Ding, Garang, they'll shock you.
Well, for me, I have witnessed this game quite a number of times, and last season I was privileged to watch that final where they went to overtime, and none of these games always straightforward. And we have already seen a glimpse of what happens in this particular game.
Yeah, definitely.
Here is Wekesa. Will drive, drop it to Vitumbuko. Kisilu, back to Vitumbuko for 3. Misses out. And Hagos will bring the ball forward here for Twende to Shavanga.
It looks like
Etiang.
Looks like Phenoms have now gone again back to a smaller line.
Oh, it's an easy steal, this one. Wekesa. It's a foul. Yeah. Foul is called.
Looks like a foul.
Yeah. Looked like it to me as well. I just don't know whether it was.
But he should have scored it too.
We'll look at the replay.
Remember, right now, every basket counts.
Yeah, it is that moment of a basketball game where we call it a squeaky bum time now. You know, everything has to go the correct way for you, and any mistakes you make can be ruthlessly punished.
They'll definitely come and hunt you probably later. So he needs to score that free throw. He just missed the first one. Scores the second one.
Here is Etienne to Juma. Good movement by Twende, and Odhiambo couldn't get it to fall. And then will bring the ball forward now. Vitumbuko. Kisilu for three. Misses out. Big rebound by Juma. And into Etienne. The field goal percentage is nearly matched, yeah?
They're nearly matched for both teams.
Odhiambo to Etienne. Good ball movement again from Twende. And Shavanga gets it.
That is the difference. And I told you the consistency of Twende. They keep playing the same way, no matter where they are or what they're facing.
We are tied at 51 apiece in this gripping semi-final, game one. Oh, used his foot to get the basketball, Etienne.
The next 3 minutes for me are going to be key. The team that picks momentum in the next 3 minutes definitely will carry the day.
Well, it's going to be crucial. You have so much experience with basketball, and these basketball games, you've seen them quite a number of times. You can be able to see how the potential outcome can be. However, they're still on the floor. Then blocked by Juma, and it went off him, so it will be Twende ball.
If you notice, Twende have tightened up on defense.
Shavanga again. This is a good hustle. Well, Muchina is not on the floor at the minute. Explains why a bit of Agos will go to the line. Well, you wonder why Muchina and Morella not on the floor, because they're the ones who brought them back, right back into this contest.
Definitely, that unit that finished that third quarter, I thought that they should have actually started. The likes of Toby and Siaji, they were instrumental.
They have been, in fact, we are looking at the floor whereby everyone who finished the quarter is now on the bench.
No, on the bench. Probably the coaches have a tactical approach to it. We're yet to see and probably analyze it.
Well, but they did dominate in that third quarter.
They did dominate.
Agos. Oh, beautiful play from that player. Powell Agos, the one who used to play for Huruma Dragons, he's really the big stage, isn't he?
Yeah,
Foul.
definitely switched his hands.
Yeah, foul. Shavanga, the captain of the Twende team, will pick up a foul.
Mareba going to the line. Mareba so far with 13 points. But Mareba has been struggling on that free throw line, so he needs to score. These two especially, they are crucial. He scores the first one. He scores the second one. That is way better from Mareba, giving his team a 1-point lead.
I think it's clever. I think Ding is back on the floor. Buloma will come face to face with Agos, who leaves him for dead, but then he recovers beautifully to play some defense. Juma for three, misses out. Big rebound from Buluma. Here is Vitumbuko. Tumbuko tries to kick the ball out, but he doesn't get there, and it will be a now for Shavanga. Breaks the dunk, and now Buluma can have an opportunity on the other end. Gary Wekesa. Good play. Then doesn't get. Oh, at 3 seconds, he was there the whole time, did not leave the paint at any stage.
Build a tent, added some seats.
It's drama. Well, as the substitutions are being run here, oh,
that's a rare dunk miss from Shivanga.
Well, I did not expect that one to go like that. He breaked a dunk.
Yeah, probably during the break he took some extra water.
Are you trying to imply that he has extra weight on him after the timeout?
Yeah, probably.
Or after the break?
After the break, probably took some extra water. But that's a rare miss from him.
Here's Vitumbuko Mponela.
He's one of our most athletic players.
Look at that. He goes high and he just breaks the dunk. And
we can blame it on the rim. Probably somebody pulled it up a little bit, inches.
It's a new rim, so we cannot say it's the rim that's the problem. He just didn't go high enough.
And you can clearly see the fan reaction.
And everyone had their hands on their head, and it tells you the quality of play is, doesn't it?
It tells you a lot, but also tells you the fan engagement. Everybody is watching this game at the edge of their seats.
Well, the unit that will still end for Phenoms are right back on the floor. Ding, Juma, good play into Shavanga. Shavanga face to face with Buluma. Ooh, turnover. He's bailed out easily. Great play by Twende, and they get a foul in the process. That man there, grinding, but the play. Credit to Powell Hagos.
Definitely, Hagos has been a menace. He has been a thorn, especially the start of this quarter. Hagos has actually been a thorn. He's the one who has created a lot of problems, and he's the one who has created that beautiful play for Ding.
Well, and Ding doesn't let that one.
Definitely, the quality,
doesn't let that one go.
The quality of a player is definitely punish on that.
And now it is Twende who are right back on top of these proceedings with a 2-point lead. Over to you, the Phenoms then. Rekesa misses out. And Deng will pick up the rebound and converted. The points are tied at 56 apiece. Hagos playing good basketball, picking up Baka to Juma, and Ding misses out. Good ball movement again. Good rebound, and Baka will get it as he flexes his way on the way back to defense. Well, it started to be exciting. We knew it would be. Still a 2-point game now.
Still a 2-point lead. So far, the lead has changed several times for both teams.
Well, Ding is up to 18 points for Twende.
A little bit tight and scrappy for both teams.
And Deng is up to 17 points for Phenoms. So those are the leading scorers for both teams. Ding is up to 18 points, while Deng is up to 17 points for Phenoms.
Yeah, so far, kind of like Twende with good defense, they kind of like just forced the clock to kind of like just go out for Phenoms, so they kind of like now get possession.
Well, Ding has been magnificent yet again, though Deng has stuck in there with him trying to get this contest wrapped up for his team, but it's a big game. We knew it was gonna be big, and it's showing every bit of what we anticipated.
Yeah, Toby and Shemi check back in.
And Morel too is back on the floor. And there is the advantage that we've spoken about all through. That size advantage is the one that dragged him back in it. Can it be more efficient again for them? Toby loses out. Morel battles but doesn't get the basketball. Here is Hagos to Juma,
Pressure.
who leaves Wekesa for dead. And here is Ding, drives in, kicks out, kick out to Hagos, gets it! Absolutely brilliant play from Twende.
That's good ball movement, trusting your teammate, making that extra shot, and paying dividends.
Well, the ball movement is proving critical. Hagos again. He's becoming a menace, a thorn, a scourge on Phenoms' shoes. They're just not happening to stop him. Kick out to Odhiambo. Misses out. Big rebound from Juma, who taps the ball to Ding. And it's been quite an interesting 2 minutes of basketball.
And as I told you earlier, the team that is going to have a hang, especially the 3 minutes, kind of like break that I talked about, will definitely carry the end. Twende have stepped up. But looks like Hago is hurt.
Oh, and he's been the one pulling the strings for Twende over the last 2 quarters. He's been the one doing it for Twende.
Yeah, probably looks like he just a little bit winded.
The young man who studies at the University of Nairobi.
He's a warrior.
Yeah, he's a warrior. He's from the academy of Huruma Dragons.
Definitely.
Yeah, what do you expect from a player like him? You expect him to battle through life, don't you?
Tells you a lot about that, his caliber and his character.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's showing it by a bucket load today. Here is Baka face to face with Odhiambo. Elisha nearly lost it, and
seems like he traveled.
yeah, because the ball didn't go on the floor. He had already held on to it, and then
Slightly fumbled it.
yeah, so carry. If you feel about it, you cannot move with the ball like tapping it up all over, all over the place. It's Wekesa usually nails those ones, but he's Odhiambo and Olang is back on the floor, and as usual he does not give you anything. Kick the ball away.
He's the scrappy player for Team Twende.
Wekesa will inbound the basketball. Oh, Rapudo. Oh, he just gave it away to... And a good steal. He did recover, though Ding got it back quite easily. Good vision from Ding and Baka.
Now they're starting to get a cushion now.
Stepped out, and the ball will go back to the reigning champions, Twende. Well, the good plays are coming from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes for Twende, who are just giving that extra pass, and they are finding that extra play, aren't they?
Yeah, they're sharing the love, they're sharing the rock, and it's paying dividend.
Again, a good steal from Olang, but he loses out.
And as you were mentioning earlier, you can clearly see the number of steals. Why? Because you can clearly see that Twende are more aggressive. They are more on the ball. They are not giving any room for Phenoms to settle.
Now it's just an 8-point game here. Rapudo, that's wild. And here is Ding, who will calm the game down as we edge towards the last 2 minutes 40 seconds. Here is ran into trouble. Rapudo didn't look up, and he gave away the turnover again. Ding for 3. Misses. They get the rebound through Juma. Ding will get it back. Olang for 3. Again.
Lang is even getting a piece of the pie. He's all over now.
The tray just keeps sinking now for the reigning champions. There's another steal here. They'll settle it down. They'll move the basketball again. We've seen them do this over and over again through this quarter and the third. Good, but just gave it away. He just ran into traffic.
Yeah, that's a good pass.
Rapudo finishes. 9-point game now.
Just needs to get it to the 60-point mark.
A good steal again from Wekesa.
Needs to go up.
Gets it. Now it's down to a paltry 7 points. They steal again. Can they?
Fake.
They get it beautifully done from Wekesa. He's joining the game now.
That's good pressure. That is way good pressure.
Well, it is now a 7-point game, and it looked like it was running away from them. It hasn't yet.
It hasn't yet. They need to keep this attitude, this focus. That's good focus from Toby. Just very aggressive. Literally ripped the ball. That's beautiful.
They had to do something. He just pushed him away.
That is That is how you do an up and under. Very patient with his pivot foot.
Now he needs to score this one to make it up. So it's a 5-point game. It's a 5-point game.
It's a 2-possession game.
Yeah. If they score this one, it's a 4-point game, and we are in for a nail-biting finish.
That looks like Twende have taken a timeout.
Well, they really need to regroup, because now it looks like the Phenoms are right back in it. And I could give similarities between this game this year and that the finals game last year, in that first game where it went to 70-70. It was like this. Phenoms stormed back to almost grab and tie the game.
Yeah.
Right? And what I'm sure that that bench of Twende right now, they're trying to figure out how to stop this momentum. The timeout is not for them, it's to stop the momentum that Phenoms have built. They've just given away the basketball in their own half 3 times in a row.
And I think for me, this is the time that also the coach for Phenoms needs to know where to milk it now. The size aspect, remember, it's still an advantage. The next 1 minute and 5 seconds, they need to squeeze the max they can out of their post players, especially Mchina, who has really been.
But let's give credit to Twende. They have managed to negate that threat of the big men who were a menace in that particular third quarter, whereby Mchina and Morel just simply dominated the quarter.
Yeah, and that's where we say that this is where you can see the championship caliber of Twende. They were able to weather the storm. The level of IQ is very, very high in those players.
And how about the ball movement from Twende? We've seen this over and over again. The extra pass has been very crucial every single time.
And that is where you build championship teams. Players who love to share responsibility. Players who love to share the ball. I'll give an opportunity for a good shot for a better shot. And that is what Twende is literally showing us.
We've just seen the last shot was taken by Derek Olang, the one player who has been scrappy enough to make sure that he doesn't give anything to the field.
Yeah, and it's good to see him also score that. That shows that they love to share, and also him getting a piece of the pie feels good.
And who gets the assist for that? Garang Day. The one player who knows he can shoot that basketball and it will go into the basket.
And the good thing is, like,
and he shares it.
The presence of Garang is causing a lot of pressure. So players will come into double team. That means Garang is able to read where we have spots, and players were able to get that shot.
So now here we are, and they get a chance here. Phenoms need to get a basket.
Also, right now, I think might be smart enough also to introduce Siaji. He has been sitting out there for quite a while.
Well, it's right back in it, and we had mentioned this. The big players, when they were on the bench, Phenoms didn't look anything like they could match Twende in any sort of way. But once the big players have come back on, they're right back again in the mix.
Yeah, definitely. That is one, I would say, big advantage that Phenoms have, especially on this game today. And they've really made the most out of it. I hope it's able to get them over the bridge, probably give them the win for game one. But hey, Twende have really been smart in weathering the storm, and probably might be able to steal this one too and just wait for one more game to actually just be in the finals, probably against Click or probably Dementor.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a gripping one. Whoever makes it to that final, between these final 4 teams, it's gonna be interesting. I cannot wait to see what happens. But until then, we still have a matchup, game 1 to finish today.
Yeah,
we have 1:20 left to play. The shot clock is on 13 seconds, and Twende are under pressure.
Twende are under pressure. I want to see how they're going to, because definitely I know that this play might actually be going to one of the bigs. But let's see. Let's see the timeout. Let's see what each coach has in mind.
Well, it's gonna be interesting. This is exactly what we at Okapi Sports Network like to see when a game is this close and keeping us on the edge of our seats. Even you viewers, wherever you are, tell us what you feel about the game. Who you think is gonna win the match? Here's Wekesa. Rapudo fouled, and Twende are in foul trouble. Bonus.
Rapudo is going to be going to the line. These are very crucial free throws. He needs to bank them.
Well, they need to maximize this. If you don't maximize the free throw line, we've seen before teams have lost basketball games because you do not convert from the line.
They are called free throws. Free. Score them.
They are uncontested. There's no defense. You get a chance to just come down and get your basket. Well, Twende have managed to make this nervy for themselves.
They have, but definitely, let's see if Rapudo scores that. He scores the first one. I think it's now a 3-point lead.
Yeah. Well, it's a gripping semi-final, and I expected this. Can Rapudo finish? Misses out.
It looks like pressure was applied immediately.
Yeah.
But Phenoms are not in foul trouble, so they have a couple of fouls to give, I believe.
Yeah. For them to get to 4 fouls, and then they now go to the bonus. The time is also running out, and it will play right into Twende's hands.
You just need to press. Just be disciplined enough. Just press. The pressure that Garang was able to get out of that trap.
Well, the tensions out there are palpable. Here's Ding.
It's pressure.
46 seconds left to play, and it's just a 4-point game. 2 possessions. A lot can happen in 46 seconds in a basketball game.
It means Phenoms have to play good defense in this possession. Twende must not score. Because if Twende scores with 46 seconds on the clock, it's just going to be adding a cushion. So they have to play good defense now. Just be disciplined enough, play good defense. And if possible, keep the ball away from Garang's hands.
Odhiambo, good play for 3. Shot clock.
That's good defense from Phenoms. Now they have to reward themselves. This possession, they have to score.
Well, it's gripping. I cannot wait to see what happens in the next play. It's our timer for Phenomenal Phenoms. We'll go have a word. They need to make this count.
They have to make this count.
It's a gripping semi-final, game one, here in the CL.
What do you think the coach is drawing down there?
Well, right now, he's got two options, yeah? You can go for foul and a basket, or you can go for a three-point shot. If you nail the three-point and you press high, and you can get a foul in the process, it's not a problem. But then again, we're about to find out in the next, couple of seconds.
Maybe technically approaching it like now, they still have a foul to give. For me, I would definitely go for a 2-point, score it, but immediately foul. That means you're actually going to be stopping the clock.
All right, coach. But it's been gripping, hasn't it?
It has been gripping. It has been gripping, but definitely players like Garang Ding.
The hustle from Tobias or Diambo has always been magnificent. I have always admired his work rate since I saw him play for Junoben a long time ago, long time ago. He just does not give up. And he's added so many facets to his game. Right now, he can do pretty much everything.
Yeah, he's one of those players that has a never say die attitude. And that is what is needed, especially at this moment, at this juncture of the game.
But on the other hand, we do have the likes of Paul Argos, who was absolutely magnificent to give Twende the lead that they do have right now. He was magnificent picking out his teammates in that this fourth quarter when it began. And when you miss a shot like that, then it starts to look like ding. Ooh. Well, was it on the ground or was it a side ball? Ding was always like the guy who likes to engage with the fans.
He's making the fans.
He really likes to do that.
Seems like it was on the ground.
Side ball.
Looks like Siaji and
Well, phenomenal Phenoms have played their part. However, the reigning champions are still on top.
they're still on top. They've weathered the storm. There's still 8 seconds on the clock to play.
Well, this is tight. None of the regular season games went this way.
None of the regular season games went this way. I think that just puts the icing on the cake.
So now surely that seals it now, I think, because 5-point game with 8 seconds left to play. And they do not have a timeout.
Definitely the worst person to take the line was Dima. He definitely scored.
Buzzer beater, go. The time is up.
But that doesn't.
That does it. Yeah, it does count, I think. It's a 3-point game, but the game finishes with the reigning champions right top of the pile. They beat the top seeds of the regular season, Phenomenal Phenoms. It's Twende 69, Phenomenal Phenoms 66.
Yeah, definitely. Those 2 free throws from Dima were crucial. You can try to imagine if he missed them and that buzzer went in, and we had a couple of seconds on that clock.
Well, it's been a gripping game, Moses. As we look at the head-to-head between these two players, it was definitely the two of them, wasn't it?
These are the 2 players that have actually kind of like just battled it out for their teams, Garang and Mareba. Both international players from South Sudan doing a lot of good work back here in the league.
Well, Nukta have been with us, and you can see there the 3-point made a big difference for Garang Ding, and only one for Mareba. We know Mareba Deng is not equipped for that. However, inside the paint, you can see what he does with the free throws, particularly.
Yeah, he's actually been kind of like good with the free throws, but I felt like because he was scoring one and missing one a couple of times, if he really had scored both, with this game being this close, probably would have been having a very big result, different results, favoring Phenoms.
And how about the assist, the extra pass that we were talking about?
Definitely there, the Ram Ding has actually been that playmaker, a unique player from Twende. He can score, but he can also create for others. Yeah.
Now, as we look at the statistics for both teams here, I think the biggest difference comes from the free throw line, doesn't it?
Yeah, the free throw line has been kind of like, I would say, good for Twende. 70% has actually been their mark, and you can clearly see the difference on the other side for Phenoms, 47%. And on rebounds, definitely the size that you guys are talking about has just kind of like shown.
Yeah, it's there. The rebound, the size aspect of it that you have talked about all through the game, it's right there. The rebounds, 52 for Phenoms and 31 for Twende. So how did they manage to win this game, you think, looking at this statistic?
I think for me, there's a couple of times that the coaches definitely did not kind of like see and seize the moment and opportunities, because I felt like for their big players, there's a couple of times, especially in the fourth quarter, they stayed out for a long time. And those are the key players that actually brought Phenoms back in the game. So probably I think the coaches need to know how to balance the minutes, especially for their bigs who are phenomenal in this game.
Okay, as we look at the final score here, and the first quarter, the second quarter is where the difference was made for Twende. However, the Phenoms came back flying in the third, but it finished in the fourth quarter with Hagos showing his class. As it finishes here, Twende take game one, 69-66. Thank you for joining us today. I've been your commentator, Petas Masengo. Alongside me has been the chairman of the Far East Basketball Association, Moses Musosi. We'll leave you with the replays. I hope to see you tomorrow here for game 2. Thank you very much, and good night.